are a few tips whether or not you should buy second-hand PC hardware. Stay tuned. Well, hello there, people of the internet. So, should you buy second-hand PC hardware? Is it even a good idea? Should you even consider it? Well, it really boils down to what you want to buy and what is your risk tolerance, although there really isn't much risk here. Things I personally would not buy second-hand: hard drives and power supplies. Why? Well, there are a few good reasons. Number one with hard drives is losing data sucks. And brand new hard drives aren't really that expensive, and brand new hard drives have, I think, a 5-year warranty in most cases, maybe 10 years, I don't know. Or whatever. The point is, if you buy a new hard drive, at least you know you did not drop it. Because who knows, the previous owner maybe dropped it once, twice, maybe even opened it. So me personally, I'd steer clear from second-hand used hard drives. But if you can't buy a new hard drive, that might be a good idea, but temporarily. I'd swap out a used hard drive as soon as I can. But with SSDs, you can buy second-hand SSD without any problems because they don't work the same. They have a completely different way of working. So why not buy second-hand power supplies, you might wonder? Well, simply put, if this thing blows, it can blow out your entire PC. So again, a brand new 500 watt power supply with at least a silver. So a 500 watt power supply with an 80 plus something certification is good enough for about 80% of the builds, like really powerful builds. A 500 decent power supply will work, and a 500 watt power supply is like $50, $40 from a reputable brand like Cooler Metal, Thermaltake, and stuff like those. Please stay away from cheap power supplies that cost $20 and are not from, not from a reputable brand like Cooler Metal, Thermaltake, Silverstone, etc. Please stay away from those. My power supply once blew up and blew up my RAM, then another blew up because it was cheap, didn't damage anything but just blew up, and this is working really good. So some people are afraid of buying second-hand graphics cards. Why? Well, some people say, oh, it was overclocked, it will die soon. Well, I personally don't believe that. See, I have my core dual rig, which is like right there in the corner, you can't hear it, but it has a Radeon 4830. Now, that GPU came out in 2007 or 2008, I'm not sure, but I got it in 2009 or 10. And when I got it, I overclocked it for about 20-30%, about 25% it was overclocked, and it stayed there for ages. For ages that clock was really high. Well, high, but it could overclock more, but the cooler on it isn't really all that good. Now, I eventually did bring it back to stock speed simply because the thermal paste on the graphics card is shot and I have to replace it. But I'm just too lazy, I don't even play games on this PC, it's just a PC in my room so I can have access to the internet, maybe watch a show or something. That's it, I don't play any games on it. However, when I was playing games, the clock was stable, I had no issues, and the thing is, if you're buying a second-hand graphics card, and the owner previously overclocked it, that could be a good thing. Why? Because, well, you know that graphics card can overclock to at least that clock. Maybe it can even go further if you play with it. So, to answer the question, should you buy a second-hand graphics card? Yes, I bought at least 2 or 3 second-hand. The 4830 actually was brand new. The GTX 570 I had for a while. I did a video about it, you can click here. That thing I bought second-hand, I didn't overclock it, there really wasn't no need. I sold it again and the customer didn't complain at all. So yeah, second-hand GPUs, yes. For Christ's sake, the fan on the GPU is more likely to die than the graphics card. The graphics card will become obsolete before it dies. My friend bought a second-hand GT210 simply because he had no other choice, he just needed a GPU, not for gaming. And that GPU is still actually working, despite being overclocked. My friend had a GT9800. He overclocks the hell out of it, because he's saving money for another graphics card, and it's still working fine. My 4830 can still overclock if I change the throw and paste. So yeah, second-hand GPUs, definite yes. When you buy it, you might want to change the film and paste and just clean it if the previous owner didn't, so that just something to keep in mind. But yeah, again, second-hand GPUs, definitely yes. Same thing is with the CPU. In that trick right there is a Core 2 Duo E4400 at 2 GHz. Now, I did overclock it. It was for a very over 2 years it was overclocked slightly to 2.4. I eventually did bump it to 2.6, but I really didn't have enough money to change the stock heatsink, so I brought the bike to 2.4 GHz, and I was running really well for years on 2.4. Then I brought it back to 2 GHz. I don't even know why actually, but for example, this CPU can overclock to 3 GHz. If you have good cooling. Point is, a CPU can last for a very long time, even when overclocked for years and years and years and years. Just don't buy one that was overclocked to break world records, although you probably won't see those on sale. So yeah, second-hand CPUs, if you're buying an AMD CPU, just make sure none of the pins on the CPU are bent, and just make sure there isn't any physical damage. Now when it comes to the motherboard, same thing with a CPU, it can last for years. And yes, I know this is a Z170 motherboard and that's a locked i5. This motherboard was actually a gift. I was supposed to get an H100, an H chipset, but I got the Z170 as a gift and a locked CPU, but whatever. Anyways, if you're buying a motherboard, again, just make sure there isn't any physical damage. And if you're buying a motherboard for an Intel CPU, make sure none of the pins on the socket are bent, since fixing those is a real pain, and even if you do fix it, it may not work, so just make sure the pins aren't bent on the CPU socket. Otherwise, you know, just make sure all the ports are working, all the slots are working, and hell, even if half of the SATA ports aren't working, that can still be used, mostly. So yeah, second-hand motherboards, same story for RAM. Just make sure it fits in your motherboard, your CPU supported, make sure there's no physical damage, and yeah, that's it. When it comes to second-hand PC cases, again, just make sure there's no physical damage and that it has all the peripherals and accessories. Well, no peripherals, but just make sure all the accessories are with the case in case if you want to make some modifications maybe to it. So just make sure there isn't any physical damage and just maybe clean it when you get it. So that is it. Second-hand hardware is a definite go, just be careful. Use your common sense. Hard drives and power supplies, I'd personally steer clear from those since they aren't really that expensive, especially power supplies. I mean, come on, just save some more money. Hard drives, okay, but I wouldn't really store my critical data on a second-hand hard drive, just for peace of mind. I lost a lot of data because of a failed hard drive a few years ago. It's a real pain to lose data, so please, if you buy a second-hand hard drive, just don't use it for a very long time if you can get a brand new one. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Do make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll be seeing you. Peace.